I said, Philippi, West Virginia, man. This deal we're about to talk about. Have you 3,000 people? It's like 2,900 when I looked it up on Google.
Yeah, it's a super rural area. I agree.
Crazy, man. How did we get this? How did we get this lead? I think this is a JV lead, right?
Correct. This was a JV submission from a previous JV partner who submitted multiple deals in the past.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So why don't you just walk them through? Like, so how did it come in? He submitted it to the site. It wasn't under contract, right?
Correct. Yeah. I got a hold of the JV partner. He kind of gave me a brief rundown on the seller situation. We did the warm handoff. I got a hold of the husband, actually, not the seller. He was pretty much like the main point of contact and the main negotiator, if you will. He gave me a rundown on the situation. He explained that the property has been a rental for the past 3 years. It was originally their primary house, but they relocated to Nebraska, and they just didn't want to manage the property from a distance. And just they wanted to be hands off and just wanted it over with.
Yep. So, do you remember what it came in, what they were looking to get, and what you ended up locking it up for?
Yes, I actually have the file right here. So they were originally asking $150, and I got it under contract at $120, and we sold it for $170.
So after everything was said and done, it was like, I think I looked at the HUD. It was like 33,375, right? Does that sound about right?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay. So we had an early hiccup with this thing, right?
Yeah, we did. Do you want me to get?
Yeah, dude. Let the people know the good, bad, and ugly, man.
Yeah. So initially, I mean, the first week of the deal of us getting under contract was pretty smooth. We have a couple agents head out there. Now, keep in mind, the property was tenant occupied. So I guess the tenants had told the sellers they wanted to purchase the property, which we've heard before, right? But so they wanted to back out of the deal, essentially. They said they want to move with the tenants. They said they can offer us more, and they want out. So they were kind of giving me a little bit of back and forth. I tried to answer the questions to the best of my ability. But it just got to a point where we had it all connect on a three-way call. And then that's when you hopped in and just kind of broke down, we have a binding agreement and we need to follow to the terms of this agreement, or else, we're going to be put in a bad position. Yeah.
So they tried everything to try to throw us to the curb and basically proceed without us, right? But we just stood firm, didn't get crazy with them or anything, but just like, no, hey, look, we have an agreement, we're going to defend it. And then eventually, I think it was like a couple days later, they called us back and they're like, all right, yeah, we're ready to proceed, right?
Exactly. And then even a couple of days after that, the tenants, I guess something with their financing, they weren't able to get a loan from the bank, or they just weren't able to make an offer or even qualify for a loan.
Yeah, which is normally the case when the tenants say they want to buy the house. It's happened one time in my whole career, 6 years, one time that the tenant actually bought the house. But that deal was a nightmare, though. We had to put a new roof on it. It was a crazy one.
Yeah, good for them.
So we got the tenants out of there, and then what happened?
Yes, the property was vacant when we hit on market. Within the first maybe 1.5 weeks, maybe 10 days at the most, we received multiple offers. And our agent, thankfully, was able to leverage the highest and best, and we got it all the way up to 170, which was above asking. I believe we were listed at 165, and then we got a 170 offer, subject to financing. Yeah.
And that was oh, okay. They did pay with a loan on this one?
Yes, correct. It was I believe it's FHA, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And once we had the buyer under contract, was there any hiccups on this one?
I'm trying to think here. Everything was pretty smooth sailing. The sellers were, I don't want to say needy, but they did need a lot of reassurance throughout the deal. They were asking a lot of questions, kind of seeing where things were at, just following up continuously. And I kept reassuring them throughout the way, just letting them, updates here and there. But yeah, we got it to the finish line, and then, thankfully there were no, major hiccups that were, deal killers or anything of that sort.
And so Bash, you came in to the team, right, where you were working in another wholesaler's business for a while, who ended up joining our team too, right? The homie Dom.
Right.
And you've had quite the journey, man. You went from, how many deals had you closed before you joined the team? Do you remember? Were you just doing manager stuff?
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, it was 0 deals. I got a few deals under contract, but none to the finish line.
And tell people too, how old are you, bro?
I'm 21.
21. And you just recently turned 21, right?
Right.
So what would you say to, let's say, both the 21-year-olds and the people that may be older, like me, right? Maybe they got a family already. Because you've had quite the trajectory where you came in with no deals under your belt, and in the last couple months, I mean, you've closed a ton of deals. You know what I mean? Like, what are some things that help you that you think might help some of the people on this call to help you kind of like turn the corner and really turn it up?
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I don't really have the most experience. I don't think I'm in the best with talking with people, but one thing I know for sure about myself is that I know how to work, and I know how to apply the activity, and that's exactly what I did when I first came in here, and it's done me good things. So yeah, I mean, that's one thing I do have. I've gone for myself is that I know how to work and consistently apply the activity. I mean, I know the money making activity I need to do on a daily basis and continue to apply that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree because you spend a lot of time talking to sellers, and another thing with you is you're very meticulous about the sales process. Like there's not a lot of freestyling. There's not a lot of like experimentation. You just play kind of good, consistent fundamentals, right? Following your script, going through the process, and just talking to lots of people and putting out lots of offers. So,
Right.
That's awesome, bro. Well, dude, I definitely appreciate you sharing that with everybody. Like, everybody that's on this call, like, if you're actively wholesaling, if you're not monetizing Novation, I would suggest either send them into us, novationbaby.com, or you can also go to novationteam.com and check out our brand new community in there. It's totally free. I'm going to be posting more case studies. We're going to be doing more call reviews, more lives. There's Rainmaker course members from the 3.0 that are filing in there as well too, where you can pick their brains. But the wholesale market is changing. There's still lots of opportunity with wholesale. There's lots of opportunity with Novation. But everything that you can do to sharpen your skills and increase your ability to convert deals is going to come more and more into play. Because when it comes to a buyer's market like it is now, we haven't quite felt it. We're seeing longer days on market, but we haven't quite felt the full impact of the gift. And having those extra skills and those extra ways where you can monetize these deals, and for a lot of people, it's going to be the difference between them staying in the business and getting a job. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine, like you get a crap ton of leads. Like, what percentage of your deals do you think are wholesale? You do get wholesale deals.
Yeah, I mean, maybe out of every 10 deals I get under contract, I would say 3, 2 at the most.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But probably about 70 to 80% novations.
Certainly.
Something like that. Yeah, man. Well, cool, dude. Well, dude, I know you've been working hard all day, and I'm guessing you're probably about to hop back on the phone, too, knowing you. But
exactly.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on. And yeah, have a great night, bro. I'll see you later, man.